So you're sure you're back? I'm back, buddy. You're not throwing us through a loop. You're for sure back? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I'm back. You sure you're not still sick? I am going to be okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back, everybody. After a bunch of time losing my mind, I thought that I was going to be fine immediately afterwards, and then I immediately two really fun things happened. One, my injection supplies got confiscated, and two, I got the flu. It's really fun when all the progress you think you've been making towards bettering your mental state immediately goes down the tubes, and on top of that, can't even really process it because you're at a 103 fever, and you feel like even just thinking about anything is too much for your bowling ball of a brain at that point. In any case, Bruins lose 7-4 to the Seattle Kraken. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. Here, you want my summation of the Bruins since we left off? Really to fucking Edmonton? Really to Vancouver? Are you kidding? We lost to Ottawa? It's always Ottawa. It's always Ottawa. And now we're losing to Montreal again. How did we lose to Buffalo? Oh, fuck. I'm getting sick. Great. Can't even really think about anything, and we're losing to Calgary. All my plans for New Year's are trashed, but at least we beat Edmonton. Oh my god, these 10 o'clock puck drop nights are fucking killing me, but hey, we beat Vancouver and a 2-goal game from Minton. So what do we make of last night? I did not know that Berkly Catton had that in him. First of all, who the hell names their kid Berkly and spells it like that? Like, come on. You'd think that you'd put an E somewhere in the back half of that name, just anywhere. Berkley. Berkeley. Just somewhere in the back half of that name. Just Berkly looks so unbelievably weird. But not only that, I genuinely did not know that Berkly Catton had that in him. I knew that he was going to be a stud in this league. I did not think that he was going to be this good. For people like me who have been passively watching the Kraken for a while, I thought that Beniers was going to be the linchpin for the next decade and a half of Kraken hockey. I thought that was going to be the first big guy that they build around. Right now, I think they got to be building around Catton. This dude, oh my god, the way that he gashed this entire defense was just insane. Insane. And the thing is, you can't even really talk about the Kraken being a great opponent in this game, because even though they were, like, I'm not gonna negate anything that Berkly Catton or Capo Caco or anybody else on the Kraken did, but at the same time, you have to grade their performance on a curve. Because if there's one thing that's been apparent since I have been sick, it is that Marco Sturm does not know how to manage a goalie rotation. He does not have any faith in the abilities of Eunice Korpisalo. And so, for many, many games in a row, he's just trotting out Swayman. And for what it's worth, Swayman deserves to be treated as your number one goaltender, but he also does not deserve to be trotted out like Boxer in the end of Animal Farm, and eventually to be sent to the fucking glue factory, because that is what you're going to be doing to him if you keep this up. He's just gonna be fucking. You are going to kill him if you keep trotting him out every single game. Because right now, Korpisalo is starting a game every 10 days, and that's not good. You need to give your number one goaltender a little bit more rest. And there are some goaltenders out there, like Bobrovsky or like Hellebuck, that definitely have the energy to be able to sustain like 70 freaking starts in a season. That's not every single goaltender. and that's not Jeremy Swayman. Sturm, for the love of God, you've been doing a decent job at coaching so far this season. You need to figure out how to coach a goalie, because right now, you suck at it. He is so bad at coaching goaltenders in terms of when to leave the ice. He's so bad at coaching how often to play a goaltender. It's just so unbelievably frustrating. Every single game, watching Jeremy Swayman just get completely shelled every single time. And then afterwards, we go to frickin' Korpisalo, who has like 2 bad periods, and then you decide, oh, we gotta go back to Swayman. Like, at some point, you gotta give Swayman a little bit more rest. You gotta give Korpisalo a little bit more playing time. And I know people are really, really pissed off at Korpisalo because he's not a good backup right now. Maybe the reason why Korpisalo is not that good of a backup right now is because he doesn't have any sort of momentum, because we just keep playing Swayman every single fucking night, and we don't give Korpisalo a second shot. Pasta with 2 goals in this one. He played pretty damn well. Who else on this team actually showed up? Like, this team right now is in a little bit of a free fall. And maybe that's something that I am not necessarily the most frustrated with. I don't hate the fact that the Bruins suck right now. I hate the fact that they are a poorly coached mess right now. I don't mind the fact that the Bruins have lost 8 of their last 11. I don't think necessarily that it's the goal of the team to have a top 10 pick this year. I don't think that the team necessarily wants that to be the case. But I've been saying, you need to make a decision on where you want to go this season. And you either gotta keep up with the Joneses and try out being a competent team, or blow up whatever else you can and try and secure a top pick. I think the 6-game losing streak has to be the point where you make that decision. And I think the decision needs to be, you can't keep up anymore. I really don't think that the Bruins can keep up with it anymore. And I know that I'm saying this as part of a division where the Leafs have been as bad as they have been as of late. And even still, they're 3 games out of a playoff spot. The Bruins currently have 46 points. They're 7th in the division, and at this point, they're around 12th in the conference. You are currently flirting with a top 10 pick, which isn't a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. I don't think that you're going to be in the McKenna sweepstakes come the end of the season, but you at least have decent lottery odds. It might not be the worst idea to play into that. It might not be the worst idea to cover your eyes, take a roll at the craps table, and see what you land on. Maybe you'll land in snake eyes. Maybe you'll land in 7. You're not gonna... Right now, though, you're not gonna be a good team for the rest of the season. I don't think that the team that the Bruins currently have is a good one. You don't have to win every game. Just stop embarrassing yourselves. And don't let the Kraken put up 7 on you again. Jesus fucking Christ. And that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. It is going to be good to be back. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.